It's our inaugural episode of the EverQuest Show, and we're gearing up for the 20th anniversary while also looking back to the last 20 years. We'll also meet our first player in real life who has some serious street cred. Loading, please wait.
Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah. Celebrate life and get excited about good times and good living. Come on, shout it out. Hey! Take it up, take it over, take it out of control. Today I'm praying my soul and now you got me singing. Oh, hey! Oh, I'm feeling fine, smiling big, feeling right like I should.
This is it, our first episode of the EverQuest Show. I'm Kit from Agnar, also known as Fading from Tunair, bringing you news, updates, headlines, and stories from the EverQuest franchise, as well as the gaming industry. But first, let's get to some news. The 20th anniversary of EverQuest is almost here, and the two new official progression servers, they've been announced. The two servers are Salo, the ultra-casual server, and Mangler, the hardcore servers. Both servers will be TrueBox servers, but they have very different rule sets. The first server, Salo, was advertised as ultra-casual. It's going to have a much higher experience rate, nearly double that of Ragefire at launch. And Salo is going to start in the Luckland era, with expansions unlocking just about each month. Now, the Mangler server, it's going to be much slower. The experience rate is much slower, as well as losing more experience on death. And expansions, those are going to unlock about every 12 weeks or so. It will start in EverQuest Classic, and of course, both servers require that all-access membership to participate. Now, the server rule sets were received with very mixed reactions. The forums lit up. Some people took to the forums to offer their approval, while many were disappointed. Now, as of this broadcast, the development team says they were reviewing any feedback on the rule sets, and on the forums, community relations person Roxley posts this update. There's still a lot of feedback coming in, and we're doing our best to filter and assess it. We encourage everyone to continue their discussions here on the forums. Now, no updates were given, and no guarantees were given that any changes would be made. The second major announcement from the EverQuest producers letter back in January was that an EverQuest fan event, it's in the works for sometime later this year. According to Holly Longdale, the executive producer of the EverQuest franchise, the timing is likely to be sometime in the summer, but no details on the location or exact timing are ready to be announced. Now, Sony Fanfare was held in Las Vegas from 2007 to the most recent fan event, SOE Live, in 2014, before what was then Sony Online was sold off and rebranded as Daybreak Games Company. Of the expected locations for the fan event, Las Vegas and San Diego, those are at the top of the list of likely cities, mainly due to the lower cost of transporting all of the staff and resources. Other previous fan event locations include Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Seattle, San Francisco, Boston, and Baltimore. In-game events are expected to begin in March for the 20th anniversary celebration of EverQuest Live. New raids, new rares, and quote, new lands are promised, as well as the storyline around preserving the past. No indication was given on whether new lands actually means we'll see new zones. And living the legacy, that's the theme of the 20th anniversary, with a focus on the community. EverQuest is putting together a 20th anniversary yearbook and wants to feature players and their video stories. The 20-second videos are expected to be featured online and on social media. And in non-EverQuest news, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer for the next PlanetSide game. Daybreak Games is putting the finishing touches on their newly announced title, PlanetSide Arena. But it's taking a little bit longer than expected. The official full launch date was set at March 26, 2019, but that's now been moved to summer of 2019 to launch simultaneously with the PlayStation 4 release. Daybreak Games also refunded all of their pre-orders. Now, this secret project was announced back in January. The game is now in closed beta, and they're building off the success of H1Z1's Battle Royale mode. PlanetSide Arena is touted to bring large-scale battles to the PlanetSide universe with vehicles, jetpacks, and up to 500 players in an arena. Earlier in the show, we mentioned the two new progression servers, Salo and Mangler, and the concept art that came along with those. I especially like these. The 20th anniversary logo with the map of Norrath subtly faded into the background, as well as established 1999. And with 20 plus years of development, there's been a lot of artwork over the years to help inspire the world of Norrath. I thought we'd take some of that concept art and put it together for you. Take a look. Enjoy. With nearly 20 years of rich history, it's really the EverQuest community that makes this franchise stand out. That community, driven by individuals behind every character, every set of pixels, is an actual person in real life.
I know the game started out in 1999, and my husband, his best friend, and the girlfriend at the time, they started in 2000. They needed a healer. So they kept trying to talk me into playing this game. And a week later, I finally break down, and I sign up and make a character. Christilla is my first character and the main one that I play. Anybody who has ever gotten either the Christilla's Ale recipe book, the Christilla's signature ale that you can place, or the Christilla's special ale with the stats, that's me. So it's like I've been immortalized in the game. I had finally realized what my first tattoo was going to be. And so it ended up being the Cleric 1.0 Epic. Well, my little guild, we wiped horribly on him, on Ragefire. And suddenly Ragefire is terrorizing everybody else trying to find their pearls. And all these people that I've never met, that were already in zone, called their guildmates in, again, who I hadn't met. And they started kiting Ragefire around and killed Ragefire for me. You always need people at some point in time. Kind of the generosity of strangers. And one of the fun things about being a cleric is I've actually married a lot of people in game. More years ago that, you know, those kind of in-game marriages don't happen as much now. So this is just a few shots of the hotel in 2006, which was in Atlanta. I had a lot longer hair back then. I have been to 10 of them. I was scared completely. Luckily with Chicago, my husband went and we had another friend here who went, so it made it a lot easier because I went there with folks I knew. The very first time that I ever actually met Linda Carlson, who plays Brassy, it was during a live quest event, which is hands down the reason that I kept going every year after year, because I loved those live quests. And she was in full regalia, full battle dwarf with the beard. Anybody who knows her knows, you know, her backstory. I don't know what I would do if EverQuest was gone. I have tried Lord of the Rings and I've tried some of the other games, but I think I got pulled into it, A, because of my friends and the community. And I think that feel, it's when I've tried other games, it's just different. There's relationships that have started because of the game. The one thing I love about the game is that it's fantasy. It's like I kind of came in, you know, at the beginning where there's role play. So it was kind of a little bit of fun and a little bit of kind of a relaxation and a break from your everyday life. And so that's still the appeal to me.
That's it. It's the first episode in the books of the EverQuest Show. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and also check in the description for any links to what we may have mentioned in the show. And also do me a favor and go to the comments section. Let me know what you'd like to see or what you'd like to see more of in the future. If you have a story idea, I'd like to hear it. Thanks for watching.
We gotta be the best we can be. And though sometimes we don't want to, still we gotta chase our dreams, reach up and reach high, because we're gonna pull through and give it all we got, even